Welcome back to another 7 Deadly Sins origin video, doing the how to build and how to use the Greatsword on Bond. This is a very fun Earth DPS build, and it's going to be basically centered around spamming this ability over and over. It'll also heal you, but I'm talking about just literally spamming this thing. Like, it's crazy how much you're spamming it. This ability here will increase your crit chance, so we'll hit this before we start spamming just to get that crit chance buff. And it's going to be all centered around this Berserk, which is going to obviously just buff up our stats here. It just makes him very powerful. You just hit the ult. You're going to enter it for 12 seconds. It'll reset your normal skill cooldown, and that's what we're going to start spamming. So it's a very fun build. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. I'm going to show you some alternates for the armors at the end as well, like if you're a newer player. If you do enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button. I also have a Discord if you're a new player and you want to join in there and get like more one-on-one and ask questions. That way you can. So basically what we're looking at, like I said, I have the Black Flame Wing Sword on him because I had this maxed out. I don't know that this is going to be the best weapon on him because you're not going to be activating Burst with him. You're going to most likely be activating it with Elizabeth if you have her. She got her new armor today. Very good. Bursts really well. And also, when she bursts, she gives you a bunch of ally support, right? So that's probably the way you're going to go. The armor is going to obviously be the Greedy Ruler set. But like I said, I have some alternates at the end. There's a really good, because it's normal skill spamming, there's a really good alternate that's like more mid-game that you can do relatively quicker than you can getting to the Greedy Ruler. Again, when you join Discords, though, people can help you get through the raids a lot easier. You can also see I have his armor here, got it at level 130. This is basically going to make your Berserker last longer, and then you're going to do some more normal skill damage and crit damage. So again, one thing to note with this is the Berserk lasts for 12 seconds, and while this is up, you're going to be spamming this ability over and over. So if you give yourself some debuff duration, this can obviously last longer as well. It's a very fun build. This is a P4 Bond. I haven't put any of my dupes into him yet. I wanted to show him at his absolute lowest. We're also going to see if we can test him by himself as a healer, because like I said, every time you hit your enhanced normal, which is basically the fourth hit you hit, you heal 70% of the attack. So we're going to see if we can get away with it. If not, I'll change the team and put him with a healer as well to kind of show you. Let me show you how to actually use him in the training ground because it's a lot simpler. Then we'll actually get into some gameplay and try him in the Time Space Junction Sector 12. Super quick because I know some of you like to see the other stats. This is the other weapon I'm using to get attack. This is the other weapon I just switched to get more attack. My attack is 23,000. There's my stats really quick. Now let me... First off, I'll show you in the training just because it's a lot easier to see. There's not, stuff flying all over the screen. You can see it a lot easier. The first thing you would always do is burst with your Earth Burst character. If you have Elizabeth, use her. If not, Deanne's a free character. You can burst with Deanne. Once you've bursted, you're essentially good to go. You would just need 3 bars of magic, so you would build that up however you want it to. Like King, if you have a King, you can just build it up naturally. Once you're good, you would tag in with Bond. Obviously, you're using the raid armor. You would tag in twice to get it to blue, but we're not really worried about that. You're going to start with your triangle or your Q ability. So you'll see here, I hit that. That increases my crit chance, and you can hit it twice, and then you can hit your other ability, and then you ult. Once you ult, you're good to go. It's just literally spamming. Like, it's that simple. Once you hit your ult and your Berserk, you're just going the whole time. You don't have to worry about anything. You're spamming over and over and over and over again. Obviously, at certain points, you could switch to your allies to boost it back up to give you, extra damage and stuff. Like King can get my magic up and give me all that extra damage. Again, you just pay attention to your rotations. Also with Gother, again, Gother's going to be basically one of the best partners for him because you can freeze them. So remember, the whole time I'm going to be healing here when I'm doing this. So what you could essentially do is be hitting the shutdown, and then you could switch into Bond. So I'll show you here. We're going to hit Bond's ult, and then we would switch over to Gother. I'm going to hit his abilities and shut him down. And then now when I switch back into Bond, it's just, he's not going to be moving. So this whole time would be me healing without getting hit. So all these hits that I'm getting where I'm healing on the 4th one there, it's just the enhanced. That one's healing me, the big one, right? That's the only one that heals you. That one. That one. And then you can obviously reset. So with Gother, again, if you have him, it's the best combo. It's just going to be a broken combo because the enemy can't even hit you, and you'll be healing if you are getting hit hard. Let's go actually test it out in game, see how it actually works. All right, I wasn't quite able to have Bond be my sustainer for such high difficulty, especially only at P4, so I've switched where I also have a healer. Elizabeth's still my burster. So this will definitely work as long as you have like an extra healer to throw like AoEs around for you. So that's kind of the concept I'm going for here. I was using King before, but I could not quite get away with him healing. There's some really good times. Hopefully I'll show you a few clips so you can kind of see like he can really do it. I think if you start getting some dupes in him, but at P4 he's not quite going to be able to sustain you on the hardest difficulty. But as far as like actually using him, we'll show you out here real quick and kind of just give you an idea. But yeah, you could definitely beat this section with him. You just definitely do need a secondary healer. He's not going to quite be able to fully sustain you here. But we're about to get his rotation. I'll go in here and show him off in here, especially with, like I said, having the extra healer. So we're going to, you'll tag in, boom, armor good, hit both these abilities, and then just start spamming. Or, I forgot to ult. Yeah, you'll ult. Then you'll start spamming. And you'll see, like I said, he'll heal a decent amount. Like, so far, we haven't actually taken any damage because we're healing. We take some damage there, but we're healing right back up. So, I mean, again, it is very, you know, solid damage for a P4. But at a certain point, you know, she just starts hitting really hard, and you'll notice that. So, like, you can see I start slipping a little bit, and you'll just start losing more and more health. So, I think it is good, at least at P4, to have a backup healer, so you can just kind of throw that ability on the field and not really have to worry at all. Go ahead and get the burst going one more time. Should be able to clear this relatively quickly as well. So, switch in. You'd hit the AoE, then you would tag in. Ability, switch to Gother. We'll go ahead and do his shutdown here. And then we can boom, ult. And now when you have Gother and you shut down, you won't take any damage unless there's random AoEs hitting you. But obviously the boss won't be able to hit you, so that's good. Allow you to heal up a little bit. I'm going to have to dodge that. Start playing a little bit smarter here. Tag in to get the heal. So yeah, you can see the concept here, right? Like very... Okay. Very solid at P4. Very fun character too. Again, at P4, I'm thinking you may need a healer. Test it out, see if you can get away with it, but I couldn't quite do it. Especially against like a super hard fight like this. Again, if it's an easier fight, you can probably easily get away with it. Switch. AoE, switch back in. Ult. And now we should have double healing going, so we should be doing really good here. You'll see. Because I've got the AoE on the field. If I wasn't getting knocked down. So yeah, that's a lot better. And again, P4, I mean, you can see me healing. Yeah, I mean, it's actually super impressive, and it gives you time for your ability to recharge. So definitely impressive. Definitely you can easily get in here and beat this fight. Again, the dupes on these characters are not like anything super crazy. P7 for Elizabeth and P7 for Gother, but the Elizabeth doesn't really give you anything except a little bit of extra burst here. So he's not even getting like a ton of support or anything. So that does bode well for him. Get this over. Boom. Switch. Then you hit your ability. Ult. Start spamming. I'm going to go ahead and throw out her AoE so we can heal double again. So that might be a concept for newer players. See, that's where you start taking a lot of damage, but your AoE can heal you, and then you can heal yourself while doing it. So pretty effective there if I was not just brain dead. That is one thing when you start spamming, you just take a lot of damage because you're not really thinking about like what you should be doing. Am I still up here? Let's see if I am. Nope, I was off. But yeah, you see the concept. Super fun character. So at P4, Bond with the Greatsword does feel pretty good. He does some solid damage, but he is going to be like really good at P6 because this is where you become immune to reactions and you take 20% less damage. This is very powerful. That way you can just sit there and spam the ability and not get hit out of it, and you take in less damage. Also, P5 reduces the number of attacks it takes to get to your enhanced normal skill by 2. So this is going to allow you to heal a lot more because you're going to get to it way quicker. So you're going to be healing significantly more because you're going to be healing basically at double the speed. So with these two combined, I'm betting you would be able to actually sustain him as a healer. I'll obviously test this soon. I've already got the dupes for him, but I did want to show you at the end because I told you I'd show you a different armor. If you're a new player, you're just going to put the best gear on him that you can as you're just progressing through the story, right? Once you get to like, this is like mid-game armor here, and this is still going to be really good. All you have to do, like this is Galland. If you beat Galland, this is a really good armor. Gives you crit chance, gives you extra crit chance and crit damage. The Silent Watcher is beating the Golem. This gives you normal skill damage, which is what we're spamming over and over. Jet Black is something you can craft. Normal skill damage, 10%. So we're buffing his normal skill damage because that's what we're spamming. Corrupted Watcher can give you defense shatter, as well as the ring gives you crit damage, and you can obviously get like crit chance or crit damage here. And then also the Dark Chaos Earring would be really interested on him because it gives you crit chance. But at level 3, when you have the burst, every time you hit him, you have a 20% chance of lowering their critical defense by 10% up to 30. And because we're hitting him so often, I think this would activate really quickly. Now, this will lower your burst by just a little bit, by 3 seconds, basically. So you do want to keep that in mind. If you feel that you're not hitting them as much, like you're just getting blocked, that is a thing in this game, put on the Life Crystal. Put the Life Crystal here and the Life Crystal ring on, and that way you can get 100 Pierce, and that'll help you at that mid-game, like I said, and then you can build into the raid. You can also join like my Discord server or other people's Discord servers, and people will help you clear the raid so you can get the raid armor quicker. But again, I just wanted to point that out to you. I think he's really good. I think he's going to be really, really good at P6, though, so that's something to keep in mind. Hope you enjoyed the content. We will catch you on the next one.